Hey there, legendary souls. Welcome back to Unconventional Counseling. We are going to check in with the bat, spirit animal, and see what message they have for you. We'll get into our prayer, and then we'll get into the reading. Divine Alchemist, angels and archangels, well ancestors for the viewer's highest good, well ancestors for my highest good, we thank you so much for your continued presence in our life. We thank you so much for how much you show up for us and how willing you consistently are to support us on our journeys in whatever we ask for. And now, in this moment of our journeys and our paths intersecting, as we're here together in this time, we ask that this message is clear, is concise, is potent, and resonates with the viewer and meets them where they're at. That whatever message they feel like they need, that it comes through and their discernment is alive and active and sharp, and they can feel and intuit and sense exactly what is for them. That they can hear the voice of spirit in their body, that they can hear their own intuition in their being saying, oh, this is about that situation, or this is about this relationship, this is about this aspect of us. We can see that, we can feel that, we know. Allow for there to be focus of intention, an alignment of intention within the viewer as they listen. And if there's anything out of alignment, if there's anything that's blocked or stopped up or functioning in a way that is not for their highest good, that there is greater alignment within them as they listen, as they discern, as they intuit, as they feel, as they receive. And that within this potent process of discerning, that they are also very clear on what is not for them, that this message does not breed or seed any confusion, but that it offers clarity instead. And that anything that does not resonate with them, that they leave it. They take what resonates and they leave the rest, because the rest is probably for someone else. Y'all, I also ask that my discernment is sharp, that my words are clear, that the message that you have flowing through me, that I am a clear channel to disseminate this message. I thank you for the honor. I thank you for the opportunity. I thank you for the gifts. And I ask that you support me in honoring you in the same way that you're honoring me with this time. And bat, animal, spirit, it is an honor to work with you. Please allow for your message to come in clearly, beautifully. Help it to be exactly what you're trying to say to the viewer at this time, at whatever time that they receive it. Thank you so much for all that you have done, for all that you're currently doing, and all that you're going to do in service of these intentions. Ashe. The bat. Darkness. Letting go. Death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see that all that was invisible in the daylight hours. It can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and other things to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns. No more lingering in the past. When this energy is out of balance, we are reminiscing heavy, and we refuse to let go. To bring this energy into balance, watch the sunrise. And when this energy is in balance, we accept, we adapt, we adjust. Wow. Ooh. We have the Wren card with Inspire. This card represents inspiration, dream, and nature's influence. The wren is a songbird, beginning its mating call in early spring, and it's seen to symbolize the end of winter. So we're talking about endings, we're talking about death, we're talking about rebirth. I wonder if just on this one level, season changing, I wonder if there's something about winter time, whether physically in terms of the environment that you're in, it's winter where you are when you're listening to this, or winter spiritually for you. There's something about winter time that you've gotten used to, whether it's feeling low in energy, not having much connectivity with other people, watching lots of TV or sleeping a lot or not really sleeping. Or eating, having your eating patterns be off, maybe not moving as regularly because it's been so cold, or because you've been so sad, or because you've been going through a dark night of the soul. There's something that you've gotten used to. There's something that has started to be a part of a sense of comfort for you. And what I'm seeing is, because the season is changing in the environment and or spiritually for you, you're going to have to let go of something that has been very comforting for you. And that might be really hard. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. This card encourages you to listen to the natural world and its inhabitants, and to take inspiration from their teaching. It's a card of communication without words, of natural, spiritual, and divine inspiration. The Wren card urges us to listen and be receptive to the truth of others. The Bat card, it mentions the bat right here, which is so cool. The Bat card urges us to communicate. So we have communicate with the bat, and we have listen with the wren. So there's a conversation happening. There's a conversation happening. All right. Let's find out more. Spirit guides and guardian angels, thank you so much. Can you give us a very clear message about the conversation that's happening? Conversation that the viewer is participating in, conversation that's happening on their behalf, conversation that they're being invited into. The Nine of Swords. I really am feeling that there's been a lot of depression, a lot of sadness, a lot of grief, a lot of depression that you've been navigating. And you've been working really hard in the process. Hard work with the depression and grief can look like a lot of different things. It can look like you've been doing your self-care regularly, you've been, moving your body, you've been eating certain things to try to support yourself, you've been taking your vitamins. It could look like you allowing yourself to feel your feelings and not rushing yourself through the process. Whatever it's been, maybe it's a combination of things, whatever it's been, you have been working really, really hard. You've been working really hard to trust yourself. You've been working really hard to feel good about yourself. You've been working really hard to accept yourself. You've been working hard to have more self-confidence, more self-love. Yo, I think the Strength card has been out in every animal spirit reading the past few weeks. So there's a new beginning happening, right? The wren is symbolizing this shift in the weather in your life. You've gotten used to. It might not feel good. I don't mean that it feels good, but there's something about the weather that you've been in with this grief or with this depression that's been it's gotten so familiar. And there's something new happening. There's a change. There's a change. There's a change to how this heartbreak is showing up in your life. There's a change to how grief is sitting with you. There's a change to the stories that you have around what your traumas are. There's a change in how you're seeing yourself. Mm-hmm. 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 This conversation is about you being kinder to yourself, you trusting your intuition, you having a deeper relationship with the parts of you, like you're making amends with yourself. You're seeing the places where you felt stuck. And part of this stuckness is divine timing. Part of this stuckness is just your vantage point, your perspective right now for how hard it's been and how long you've been in this space and how cold it is. Again, whether physically or spiritually or both, just how cold it's felt like it's been. You've been doing so much to try to keep your inner fire stoked, to try to have a sense of warmth within. And this conversation that's happening, it feels like it's happening amongst your spirit guides. Like they're talking to each other, like, how can we help them? I mean, we gotta wait until they ask us, but like, maybe we can send them a message and the message will help them formulate the words so that they know what they want help in. Or maybe they won't know what they want help in, but they'll just say the words, help me please. And they'll just give us that permission. And they're like I'm like seeing this almost like counsel, talking to each other and communicating with one another and finding all of the places in your life that feel blocked, that feel like there's a lot of stuckness, that feel impacted by this depression, by this grief, by this trauma, by this pain, by this heartbreak. They see how hard you've been working and they want to support you that much more so you don't have to do all of it by yourself. Look at that. Communicate honestly and directly. Don't assume. Set your boundaries. Remember, it's okay to just say no. There is a prayer, an intention, an ask, a request that you get to communicate to your guides. And you might not know exactly what it is that you need or what it is that you want. Start with what you're feeling, right? You know what the grief feels like. You know what the depression feels like. You know what the pain and the heartbreak feels like. Ask for support so that you can hold it with tenderness. Ask for support so that you can see the possibilities as the temperature and the weather in your life is changing. Ask for support so that the hard work you've been doing, it feels like it pays off. And you feel like you can celebrate and acknowledge how hard you've been working. Ask for support so that you can find and feel your inner strength, that you can trust your intuition. Ask to find out where your intuition speaks to you, like what part of you it speaks from. Ask for support to have greater clarity with your intuition so it's easier for you to trust yourself. And when all else fails, when you really don't know what to say or what to ask for, just say help. That's enough. One word is a strong prayer. And the guides that are looking out for you, they are ready to support. They're ready to help you let go. They're ready to help you move forward. They're ready to help you be able to see how far you've come. They're ready to encourage you. Wow. So there's a lot of communication happening on your behalf, and you are being invited into this conversation, whether you have a lot of words or whether you only have one word. But your word is important. So see if you can speak it. See if you can find it. See if you can write it, because they are so ready and so willing to support you in whatever way you need. All right, this reading is feeling complete. So I'll pause this reading here, and I'm wishing you just clarity and being able to be in that receiving energy of the support that you want and need. May it get easier and easier to receive from your guides. And may everything just kind of work out for you better than you expected, better than you hoped for. All right, I will catch you in the future. Take really good care of yourself. Bye.